Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 124 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names are as follows.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I play the level 7 gnome wizard, Winsler Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
I forgot you were level 7.
Yeah, we're all level 7.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carla, the level 7 tiefling roguelock, Integrity, Idleberry, and her rock-hard cursed companion, Blorb. I cannot believe that there's a great rough lodge under the school, but swim's not invited. How rude!
Blorb.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 7 half-elf bard. Winsler's been flushed into the Undercampus, and we'll have to jump after him, which, thank God, I was just thinking this day wasn't stressful enough.
And my name is Sam, and I play the level 7 human sorceress Serenep Cinderman. Please keeps arms and legs inside the water slide at all times, and in case of emergency, please roll off to the left.
Is that the first? That's the first intro in like 7 years that didn't have music in it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students ventured into the Undercampus in their search for a missing artist artesian. Integrity Idleberry communed with the progenitor, asking for help finding artists and being told he was alive. Mira Marchand, desperate to find the elf, tried to cast the spell Locate Creature, but unfortunately failed due to wildly specific rules and not what she assumed to be a problem stemming from within herself. Serenep Cinderman cautiously questioned the stowaway student Vanya in the Golem workshop, learning that a fight with fire and yelling occurred days ago in the hallway outside. She then gifted the stowaway her dorm room key to keep the girl safe. And finally, as the students came upon a flowing wall of water, Winsler Wallaby stuck his hand super in there and was pulled into the turbid torrent of water and away from his friends. And that's where we find ourselves right now. There is this stink-ishy, like the smell of stagnant water, I guess, not stinky. Stinky's
For the record.
No, it's stinky. It's stinky.
Stinky water in front of
Gross.
you. It's kind of grayish, if you recall, and as I said, very turbid, which is to say you cannot see through it. There's seems to be quite a lot of suspended material within it, but it is rushing.
It's like old dishwater.
It's like old dishwater is a really good way to put it. Yeah.
I love
And Winsler walked up, saw
evocative.
that. And Winsler
What kind of
walked up
soap do they
and
use?
stuck his hand in it and has just been whoosh. Like you all hear like the rush of water as Winsler in a moment in but a blink of the eye is pulled bodily into this column, this pillar of rushing water.
He failed the
It's
strength
dark,
check.
it's cold down here, it's stone. You, Mira Marchand, you, Integrity Idleberry, and you, Serenep Cinderman, stand here. Oh, sorry, it's not that cold. It's actually pretty warm down here. Warm and cozy like a brick oven, like a pizza pie is being cooked around you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe we're the pizza pie.
What would you like
no.
to do?
Winsler! Oh my gosh! Winsler, can you hear us?
Winslow, you cannot hear them.
Um,
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. What do we do?
is there...
Jump in?
Is there like, because I know in front of us is like the column of water. Like,
Yes.
can we see where it's going down to, or is there like a path or something going and following it?
I would, if you wanted to. No, it's too. There's too much like suspended material. I think Serenep, you had something. Oh, Winsler had something that was a little light up little thing. And so like the light is dim in here and hard to see in an easy way. A combination of the water being very like murky and relatively thick. It seems it's not just like an inch of water. It seems like a fair volume rushing downwards. Does not allow you to see through towards if there's anything on the other side or if the water's going down towards anything. No. I'm trying to think, is there anything else you would be experiencing right now? I can't really think of it, but if you wanted to get more information about this or interact with it in any way, I would love to hear what you're doing.
Is the area slippery? Like, do I know for sure that this is water or if it's like some kind of water portal?
Is the water for a water portal different?
Can you what is the difference between water and a water from a portal? Perchance. Do you mean like fluid? Which is something we've discussed.
Yeah, like, do I know if Winsler was like sucked in into like and it's like a portal, but it's water?
Was Winsler
or if
spirited
it's actually
away?
like a waterfall?
Okay.
He got taken by the Haku River.
So I
Flushed
guess
away
like,
or
sort of-
spirited away?
Is it magic?
Make an
or
Arcana check in that case
not?
for me.
I guess
then.
I was spirited away, but like not.
Yubaba
Not
shows
like an
up and
actual
says, "Hey, I'll
portal.
help you find your friend. You have to give me your name first."
I got 18.
And 18. This seems to be
Yes.
mundane water. Although there is a bit of magic in the area that you can generally ascertain. You don't know if that's just due to the fact that you're at Wildcliff and there's magical shit all around you, or if it's specifically relating to this water. But the water specifically, this body of water in front of you, is mundane.
Okay. I'm thinking of jumping in.
I mean, I can't really see another way of following or getting down there for that instance.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have a bad history of jumping into things after people when we don't know, but also I really don't see another choice here either.
Okay, I'll in case that it's not super long, I'm just going to prepare my rope and like magically hang it somewhere later while we're falling. If that makes any sense. I don't think that makes any sense. Sorry, I haven't had sleep.
Yeah, no, same.
Okay, I don't really have anything. Okay, we jump in. If something goes a little too crazy, I cast Featherfall on us. Does that work?
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Okay.
That's probably a better idea than my idea.
I mean, the rope could definitely help us in like a tight situation.
Not to rush people. I
Right,
hope
yeah.
that Windsor's should we? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to
Jump in.
Whee.
jump in? All three of you?
Yeah.
Yes, I think hand in hand,
Oh,
to be honest.
hand in hand.
I'm going to like instigate like us hold each other in case like the water separates us.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's really smart.
Wow, Integrity
Can my
has
arm
two
like
hands.
get wet? I mean, I know it already needs a tune-up, so it's not a huge deal. But like, is it good getting
It's-
wet?
I would assume, based on the information that you gave to Professor Alaro, of it, you just wanted it to be for playing music and everything else is kind of ancillary. I think
Yeah.
that it would not be super great getting it wet. And it already needs maintenance and a tune-up, and so this might just compound those problems. If you do recall, Artis was being scolded the first time you met Professor Alaro
Yes.
for getting his finger prosthetics like grimy and dirty and not cleaning them well enough. So a similar thing could likely appear here, especially since yours has like some open portions that have like the springs and other kind of mechanics inside that are exposed, if that makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna try to jump when I jump, like sort of like holding my arm up and like trying to, you know, when you like have a phone or something in the water and you're like trying not to get it wet and your arm is up. I'm trying to sort of do that.
Okay.
So it's kind of like you're holding your arm to yourself. The person next to you would. Well, it depends. Are you in the middle of the both of us, or are you to one of
I
the
would imagine
sides?
not.
I can just hold your
Right,
hip if
I'll
you
just be
want.
the
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Sure.
whoever's gonna be on your side would just be like wrap their arm around your waist, kind of thing.
It's like we're doing a can.
I'm really getting bottomless pit vibes again from this.
Okay.
Same, Ben. Ben, I'm having like flashbacks when it's like Integrity's like, I'm gonna pull my rope out, and Serenup's like, I'll cast Featherfall, and then they just jump
Okay,
in all
but-
together. I was like, oh no.
Okay, but I can't really imagine a scenario where they would cast this under
true.
the school. You know what I mean?
true.
And if I'm wrong, well, shit.
If you had,
Water is safe,
what
though,
are the
right?
chances it's another bottomless pit? That would be stupid, right?
There's very
So-
clearly a mountain below us.
So, can you think of a check to like that Mira could make to keep her arm from getting submerged? I don't know if it's even possible for her to fully.
Acrobatics?
Like dexterity kind
Because
of
it's
stuff?
sort of
or-
about like, sleight of hand, not really.
Sleight of hand, take arm off, hide it in cloak.
Survival.
I think
I don't know. Yeah,
maybe survival or like what if like about no.
maybe survival. Roll survival.
Sure, I can
We
roll
never
survival.
do that. Why the fuck not,
Yeah. Because this isn't.
It's keeping
Where's my
yourself
die?
bodily safe in a situation.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Makes
a way
sense.
of. That's a form of survival.
Yeah.
We only roll survival checks from now on.
Sarah, where the fuck were your dice?
Oh! It was like under my computer. That's a good roll. What's the bonus? Oh, that is a 19.
Oh, excellent.
Wee.
18 plus 1.
Okay. And so Mira, you're on one of the sides. Serenep, you're on another one of the sides, and Integra, you're in the center, like grabbing them by the hips and jumping in. Right. That's the image with Mira, like with her hand back and up and trying to like keep it out of the water. That's the mental image going on here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you all plunge into this water. It is immediately very cold and almost refreshing, since it's a bit like almost sauna-esque down here in the passageway that you've been in, if that makes sense. Like just a bit too warm to be comfortable. And so jumping into this water, it's cold. Like refreshes you just a slight amount. I feel like it refreshes you almost as much as it might be disgusting, as you feel like a bit of sliminess wash over you. And you can't really see very far in front of you. Mira, with your survival check of 19, you very quickly realize that with your arm back and like trying to hold it out of the water, the wall is coming up, so the water is running like right next to the wall, so that won't be a realistic thing to keep going. But you do realize that right in front of you there is an open pocket of air, so it seems like it's just a veil of water, and so you can put your arm forwards to keep it out of the water as well.
Okay.
And so the rest of you would also be able to see this and see that Mira has poked her arm out forwards. Are you all in this split second going to continue going down or continue going or try to move forwards through this like pocket of air? By the way, Winsler, you failed horribly on your strength save, so
I did.
okay.
As expected.
This is an option that I would not permit to you as a consequence of that, as you had been washed away. But the three of you, what would you
Flushed
like
away.
to do? Continue straight down as the water pushes you very quickly, or try to maneuver yourself forwards into like the fresh air?
Probably the latter, right?
I feel like if I moved my head while the rest of my body is like going down super fast, that might not be like the bestest option.
Just in case you try and get an airful and then you get a waterfall instead.
I was asking if you wanted to move your bodies into this air pocket or like exit the water, if that makes sense. Like instead of walking into the water and just going straight down, like almost passing through it. Does that make sense? Have I described this well enough?
Yeah. I think it's a good idea just to stick with the water, because seeing as how strong Windsor got grabbed and pulled, it's very unlikely that he would notice this situation and be able to maneuver himself, because he just kind of got like dragged. You know what I mean?
Dragged straight down. So
Yeah.
Integrity and Serenep, you'd like to remain in the water column. Mira, did you want to try to pass through and go forwards? Or when you feel a slight resistance, are you going to stay with your friends?
Yeah, because I want to be very careful here.
Yes.
So I'm going to say yeah.
Okay. In that case, the three of you, my apologies, head straight down. Mira, you again have to pull your arm for a quick second into this water column, as it seems like there's a platform there in front of you. But it's very short, and you can stick your hand back out again in only a moment. Almost like there's to describe this, without just giving away what this room looks like, or what this other side of this water looks like, since you wouldn't be able to see it. Imagine water covering the front of like a bookcase, and so there's all those shelves on the other side, if that makes sense.
Oh.
And so it's almost like you were coming upon one of those shelves. You had to put your hand back in the water, but then the shelf passes and you can put your arm back out.
So like a bunch of almost like cubbies in a way?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like a bunch of cubbies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, awesome. So you have to do that just the one time, and then everyone make dexterity saving throws. Winsler,
no.
you can also make this dexterity saving throw for me, please.
It's a little
I didn't know this
suspicious.
was Interstellar.
3 plus 5 is an 8.
a
That
yikes.
is a unnatural 20.
Okay.
Of course, the one time The one time I roll when I'm already in danger, I roll well. I got a natural 20.
Nice.
Hey!
So that's a 23 total.
I got nat 20 as well, plus 6. 26.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay,
Show
so
off.
Mira gets hurt.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll a couple dice. Pay no attention.
Mm-mm.
Fuck.
Damage.
So you all feel the ground come up quicker than you expected, if that makes sense. So you had been going down. There was these cubbies, these platforms in front of you, and all of a sudden the ground is just here, even though it seems like it should be. I don't know. It's just difficult to see in this water, I think, is the takeaway. And so your legs hit this, what feels like a metal platform beneath you, almost like a grated platform, right? Like you might see in like a shower or a sewer grate. Does that make sense? Like thick pieces of squared metal that form like a mesh almost. So the water might pass through, but larger objects and people don't.
like a colander.
Like a col, yes. Like it's a col.
Big ass colander.
Yeah, it is even concave, like a colander would be.
It's
Yes.
what they use. It's what they used during the Great Gold Rush.
A sieve.
It's for student pasta.
And so Mira, as you hit this with a lot of force, you will take, as you failed your dexterity saving throw, 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy shit.
Oh, ow.
As you
Okay.
come in with a lot of force. The rest of you, please
enough
take
on that.
half of that.
How much damage was that?
Shit, I
It
can't
was
count.
17, so please take 8.
8.5.
Just 8, please.
24 hit points left for Mira.
That's good. That's a good amount.
Ugh.
And you also all feel, I think Integrity and Serenap, you would easily recognize that you are, you've landed on top of another person. Winsler, you feel as your friends crash into you after you are sucked down here face first and slammed against this metal grate down here.
Oh, I gotta roll for Mr. Wiggles too.
Oh, roll for Mr. Wiggles, please.
No.
L, you've hurt
Let's
me.
see.
Is this for him to like
Is that-
I have been slain.
save against the
The dex save.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hold on. Let me just bring up
Yeah.
the stats of the cat.
Cat stats.
Cat stat. Okay, so that was a 14.
Okay. Mr. Wiggles, you feel the he was in your jacket or your cloak?
He was in my hat.
He was in your hat. You feel, Winsler, your hat, when you hit the ground down here, since you hit like face first, you feel your glasses crunch first and foremost.
Oh no!
And,
Jesus.
and you feel your hat
Whoa.
fly away. And when you look up, first of all, when you look up, you're no longer submerged in water. It seems to be just around the edges of the room. And at this point, you realize it's kind of like a square room, and there's water rushing down on all of the edges of it. And the center of this room, which is probably about 10 feet across, is just clear of water. You can breathe and everything, and it's cool. Nothing's raining down on you. Maybe a bit of mist, but you see your limp hat sitting there, no form of a cat within, as Mr. Wiggles hit the ground a bit harder than he could take.
No.
But
Mr. Wiggles really like.
Mr. Wiggles really.
I only have like
Jeez.
You have
I
one
only
left.
have like one
Yep.
one life left.
Oh my
one-
god.
Well, just go get some more resources. You have money, right?
No.
But as you look up and realize, oh,
I
my
also
glasses
can't
are broken.
see very well either.
Yeah, as you look up and realize, oh, my glasses are broken. Oh, my cat is gone. Oh no! Your friends then
no.
slam into your back, and
Oh.
everyone's down here now.
We're
Mira
making
doesn't.
nothing easy here.
Yeah, Mira hits next to you, and you hear like a really loud crunch as her arm like connects with the ground. Your arm's likely okay. It's made of moderately strong stuff. It's a bit scraped up, but it makes
Crunch.
a very loud like clanging sound as it
Oh.
hits the steel down here.
Ugh.
Are you all okay?
No.
I can't see Mr. Wiggle.
Oh, Winsler. Oh, geez. Gets up off of
Shit.
him lying on the floor.
Yeah,
Um,
you stand up from him. You all see that you're in this room. The water appears to be going down through this grate and almost like funneling or swirling beneath you as if it's going through a smaller hole. And you see a slight, what would be a good color? You see a slight greenish glow from down there. But besides that, you're all in this like weird little room. It's like 10 foot by 10 foot. There's a really low stone ceiling above you. You're hurt. You've just fallen. The water smells. What would you like to be doing? By the way, the thickness of the water is fairly substantial. It's probably like 10 or 15 feet. So this room's likely wider than it appears to be, but because of the thickness of the water, it just is a bit more compressed. So
I wanna slump over to my hat,
yeah,
and sort of trip a little because I can't see very well.
Yeah.
And I just wanna go over to my hat and get on my hands and get on my knees and just like hug my hat into myself.
It's wet and there's no cat inside, and it feels a bit lonely.
At least when it's already wet, I like the crying won't really hurt it that much.
Winsler!
I'm going
Ben's out to
like,
hurt
come
us
up-
in these episodes.
We'll get Mr. Wiggles back, Winsler. And I'm
Yeah.
going to like give a reassuring pat
Mm-hmm.
on his shoulder.
If I can ask, Luke.
Yeah.
You said that there was a green glowing from below. Is it like
There
there's
is.
something down there that's glowing, or is it like underneath this there's like an opening and like that's like natural sunlight shining underneath kind of thing?
It's absolutely
Green sunlight.
It's not, it doesn't seem to be natural of any sort. It looks almost like, as you look down at it, it looks almost as if there's a ring of green light.
A ring
down
of
there.
green light?
Yeah, a ring of green light.
Huh.
And it seems like the water's like funneling or spiraling into it. And it's making as the more you listen to it and the more like you can hear Integrity and a bit of weeping from Winsler and just this rushing, this flurry of water. But you do hear a slight like hissing noise, I think would be a good way to say. Or hissing, maybe not. Like the sound
Snake
of
hissing?
No. That's why I want to rephrase. Like the sound of when you open a carbonated drink, like that fizzy hiss. You hear that, but just like continually. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you explained that there's like a little bit of around this area.
Mhm.
Am I able to see the rusty stains that we saw up there? Like, is there like any visuals
Give me an
where that
investigation
could point
check.
us in a specific direction? And did you say
I
investigation?
did. Investigation, please and thank you.
I got 18.
Okay.
14 plus
There
4.
are, as you look around Integrity, there are deep gouges into this steel here, and you would recognize them as the same ones you saw above. There is no rust stains, the stains of blood or anything else. Nor is there that same heat that you were feeling above. It feels much cooler, but a large part of that could be just that you're surrounded by water.
Cold water.
But there is the deep gouges that were present above. It almost looks like, what did you get on your investigation? 18?
18, yeah.
It almost looks like, as you look at it for a little while, the tracks that a large bird or just an animal might leave in the dirt, if that makes sense, like footprints
Okay.
that have been scratched into the ground. Less so
Okay.
the markings of like blades digging into stone, and more so just something stood here and walked.
Okay. So, I'm going to bring this up to my friends. I'm assuming that everyone's just like looking around, trying to see how they are. So,
I'm gonna cast mending on my glasses.
Okay. Simple fix. They
Yeah.
uncrack. You hear like the exact same sounds of them cracking, just played in reverse as they fix themselves up slightly. And you can put them back on your face. Integrity begins to point these things out to all of you as you are gathered in this small-ish room. What do you say?
I think whatever was up there went that way, just because I can see some markings over there.
Does that mean that's where artists would be too?
I mean, that's the only sign that I can see from here.
Yeah.
To be clear, the markings seem to be like in the middle of this grated floor. And the grate is like the wideness of those openings in like the colander like floor are pretty substantial, like enough that you could almost fit your foot in. Winslow, you described yourself tripping before, so like I feel like that's very reasonable for you. Like if you are not careful here, it's almost like your entire up to like your knee could get stuck in there, or more. So like there's substantial holes in the grate, the colander, but it's not like the footsteps walked off towards a door that's here. They are just. It looked like they paced around the center and then they just don't go anywhere.
Okay, it doesn't look like they fall though, because you said that the hole is small enough that they didn't go in towards the green light.
Yeah, it would be very difficult for something that left footsteps that large, as it were, to like go through those holes. So that's a reasonable assumption.
Oh, well, I think I made a mistake. I don't see a particular direction where it went, but we know that they were here.
I mean, I guess that's something. Oh, fuck. Okay. Are
you okay?
Yeah, sorry. Let's keep looking. If we got kind of banged up, I'm sure Artis, is especially hurt. It's Artis, so.
Are there any particular smells?
We
do know she's very good at recognizing the smell of blood.
It's true.
That is true.
Deep lore.
There is a there's a smell of stale old water, like old dishwater. This gray water flashing around you. There is no distinct smell of blood, and you're uncertain if that's because there's none here or if it was because it was washed away.
Ooh, the perfect place for murder.
Don't say that.
I'm so sorry. I was just joking. I was just reading a book about it, and I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, Winsler.
That's like typical integrity lie bullshit, where she just
That
says
she was
something.
reading a book
and
about
she was
it.
reading a book about it. Yeah.
I don't know if you've already said it so far. Like, if I looked like up, like, is there any like sort of, or like at the walls of this space,
Yeah.
is there any like openings that would like be able to hold something of what like the size of what it looks like these claw marks have made, like where it could have like gone into?
I will say, as you stand here and like take a long, like you guys have been down here for a couple of minutes at this point, and Serenep, you take this time to peer into this water. There's this fairly thick curtain of water surrounding you. It is very difficult to see through, but as you take the time to look through it, you notice that there isn't any like openings down here. You're uncertain if that's the case for the entirety of this thing, because you do know that there was the platform above you, and you don't know if there's any beyond that, like those cubbies that you had fallen down past, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The one Mira was like contemplating going out onto. But here at what seems like the bottom of this curtain of water, there is none. There's the platform above you with this short ceiling and the colander-like grate beneath your feet and that green ring light.
Okay. Is there like I know there's like the scratch marks on the ground.
Yeah.
Like, does it look like those marks are on anything? Like if something were to climb up, if they went too far down to get to the platform or possibly up into where the cubbies were?
Yeah, you know what? I think there would be scratch marks, those deep gouges on the wall, intermittently though, not as often as you would anticipate them being, right?
Okay, so that means
The
long
footsteps-
strides. Fun.
Yes, long strides.
Okay.
It might have wings then.
And I can cast Levitate. So I guess I'm going to go over to where those gouges are on and kind of like, I guess I'm hoping that maybe like a different point of view from where we were standing will give me an idea of like, oh, here's like a little alcove that you can like put your foot on and push yourself up further. And then there's, there's like a spot that's enough space to leap kind of thing.
Using just your mundane human abilities, it looks to be like, unless you were an athlete of great renown or great skill, climbing up this slick wall against this rushing water would likely be a very difficult task. Whatever seems to have left these marks in the wall likely was gouging into the wall as an act of climbing up, but I don't think you would see anything. I think all the roughness of the wall has been pushed away, eroded by the water over time. It seems like this is a very old room. The few parts that you do see, Serenep, where you try to grab hold of to pull yourself up, maybe get a different vantage point. They are slick to the touch with this gray, slimy substance. Using mundane methods, I think that it would be quite difficult to extricate yourself from this lower level.
Okay, so yeah, so obviously we're moving on to, I'm going to cast Levitate on myself.
Okay.
And kind of like pull myself up that way.
Okay. Could you read to me what Levitate does? I'm just very curious. Because again, this water is like crashing down, so I would wonder if that would interact with it in any specific way.
One creature or object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. The spell can levitate a target that weighs up to 500 pounds. Any unwilling creature has to do a Constitution saving throw, so that wouldn't really count. For me, the target can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, which allows it to move as if it were climbing. You can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on your turn. If you are the target, you can move up or down as part of your move. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range. When the spell ends, the target floats gently to the ground as if it is still aloft.
Perfect, then. So, you all see Serenep cast a spell upon herself. A bit of, you feel a bit of wind kind of begin to pick her up. The hair around her head seems to float as if she is underwater or just in zero gravity. And Serenep, you can begin to float upwards and pull yourself up much more easily. That even against this water. Did you want to pull yourself up to the next level above you, or where did you want to go? What's the plan here?
I think what I'm going to do here is kind of like, because you said it has been eroded away, but is there like enough of a space? I know I couldn't lift my own weight when I was trying to climb before, but like with using this spell where I'm sort of weightless, could I use those little spaces to kind of like pull myself up in the direction that I want to go for the upper area?
Yeah, I think that would absolutely be a passable thing. Yeah. Okay. Where once you had problems holding on to these slimy grips, you might now use them to pull your weightless body up in this torrent of water to the point where you now may exit the water and are on what we can call the second floor, if that makes more sense for it. The second cubby, which seems to be similar. The floor is made of a stone, and it seems to just be floating here. It's not connected to any of the walls. It's just this square stone floor. And the next... like the ceiling above you seems to be like 30-ish, 40-ish feet higher than you. Okay. And the water crashes down around you. There are none of those scratchings, none of those gouges in the stone on this platform. And you wanted to investigate to look around if there was any other passageways or exits, correct?
Yeah, levitate can last up to 10 minutes, so I'm gonna kind of keep the spell on me. And I guess I think with how levitate works, like if you're like not pushing or pulling yourself against something, you kind of just like float there. And so I guess I'm just kind of like looking upwards. And if I do want to move back to the wall, I'm covering all my bases now. If I want to move back to the wall, I'm going to use my trident to kind of like push myself back to the wall and then continue climbing up as I need to.
Yeah. Darn, I was going to strand you in the middle of this giant room without a wall to grab onto.
Hey, I don't know, you might.
Sort of space movie.
Dang.
No. You stay close to the walls. You have your extended, largened fork to propel you if you get a bit too far away from one of the walls or the floor or something. Looking through, you see that one of the walls high above you is where you had entered in, that entrance passageway. And on the opposite wall, because this is like a square, almost like a long rectangle of a room, but anyways, the cross section would be square, which is what matters. So on the opposite side of this room, it seems that there is a smaller passageway. You see luminescent brown stones shining through this gray dishwater curtain of water, if that makes sense. I feel like I've said that 2,000 times this episode.
I understand what you mean, yes.
Okay. But you do see a passageway glinting at you through the water.
So from where I am now, from where like everyone else is currently, how far away am I at this point?
You're above them by like 15 feet. They're like right beneath you, underneath this platform.
Okay. I know if I go near that water, I'm just gonna get pushed down again. Can I use this without it? Does it need concentration? Sorry, I'm just...
That's good. What are the rest of you doing in this meantime, down in your colander pit?
Mostly just fixing my glasses.
Okay.
And getting everything all.
You don't feel pressured into doing something. I was just curious if there were other efforts at this same point.
I will cast prestidigitation to sort of like get the water off everything.
Okay.
Yeah. When one like looks down like around and like into the grate, is it just like the sort of the green visible and like the water? Does it seem like maybe there are like things there that we can't see, or is it more so just like kind of that's the only thing?
Make an investigation check.
There. Okay.
As you look at this.
Oh, that's a nat
good.
20 plus.
All the good rolls are coming out today.
It's a 23.
Holy
Hell yeah.
heck. Okay, Mira, Sereneth vanishes, levitating herself up this water to investigate higher up in this room. Integrity is like doing a CSI analysis of like, is there blood in here? What about these gouges in the metal? Winsler's uncracking his glasses and misty-eyed, sorry. You take a moment and look down at this water, at this green light, what's going on down there. It seems like you hear this fizzing noise, and you see that it almost looks like the water stops at that point. It looks like there's a tiny little ring that is lit up with this light green glowing light, and that at that point the water looks like it's just fizzling out. Almost not boiling, but that same fizziness that you would see in a carbonated drink, just vanishing into thin air. And beyond that is what looks like a big drop into you don't know what. It's just a big...
Portal water.
Okay, what I might try to do then is how like far away does the sort of drop appear to be?
Like that ring where the water just stops, that's probably like 20 feet down.
Okay.
And the water down there looks a bit clearer than the rest of it as a note.
What I'm going to do then, because this is simple, it shouldn't be like a big problem, is I'm going to like look down there and I'm going to try to cast Fairy Fire, because what's going to happen then is all of the objects in that little cube, which I'm of course going to center on that ring, are going to be outlined in, I'm going to say green light.
Okay.
Or no, there's already green light. That would be very difficult to look at. Let's go with blue light.
Okay.
Make it like a nice...
So can you describe to me what your intent is here? It's just to illustrate what objects might be there?
Yeah.
Okay, this stone ring, or what you might assume to be stone, seeing as the walls and floors and everything else are made of stone, but who knows? The one that's glowing green now has a bluish aura to it. The walls themselves take on the same color, and what looks like just little bits of sediment that are in the water, they seem to just, as soon as they descend or are pushed down, like little rocks and little pieces of slime that are in the water, right? The ones that you had felt when you were in there, they get highlighted in this blue, sparkly light. And as soon as they reach that same level where that like green ring is, you just see them drop, and they're no longer suspended in water. Again, like that water is just vanishing right there, and they're just dropping. And here's a good question. Does Fairy Fire, when it leaves like a range, do they stop glowing, or do they just glow for the duration?
It says, for the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius. So it just says for the duration. So I assume they would
affected would just glow then. Okay, in that case, you looking down see the dim blue sparkly glow of these like bits of slime and bits of rock and sediment that have fallen down, and you see them fall 60, 70 feet down. And then they just hit. You can't hear it because it's just tiny things. You just hear like the minor drippings or crumblings of sand falling down. But it's to your eye, it's falling 60 or 70 feet down and then landing in a pile of something. So there's something below you. You can deduce that.
Good to know.
Meanwhile, Sereneth, you are on this second cubby, second floor. there is the passageway through the water in front of you, those brown glowing stones almost enticingly catching your eye. What did you want to do?
Okay, so my idea is using Ray of Frost, because it's a cantrip and everything, to try and create a sort of I don't know what the right word for this shape is. It's like an upside down V above where that opening is to kind of move, because like I feel like it'd be too much to like stop the water where it is. So like just kind of like create like a little like I guess a trail for the water to go around it instead. So that way I could go through it.
Basically like one of those roofs over top of wells.
Yeah.
Divert the water.
So that way I can go, I can float through it and not get like pushed down by the water again.
I think that's quite a very good idea, in fact. So Serenep, you shoot a little finger out, or point your hand, however you would like to cast this spell, and intricately intricately create a beautiful Elsa-like ice sculpture roof that stops the water from going straight down for the most part. It's not perfect by any means, seeing as this is just a cantrip.
Just to kind of like stop the majority of water from shooting down.
Yeah. Yes, like a small chute of some sort. You can get a fair amount out of the way as this tiny icy structure takes form. It does not seem that it would last very long, so you would likely just have to rush through it now, or before it gets broken again.
Okay. I like use my trident, push off the wall as hard as I can, and I kind of just go through the passage.
Yeah.
And I take levitate off myself to land properly.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw as you try to come in for a proper landing in this new hallway.
Oh my god, where am I? There it is. Ever just lose your dice?
Yes, often.
That is a... Was it just dexterity or was it...
Yeah, just a dexterity saving throw, please and thank you.
Okay. That is an 18.
Okay, yeah. A bit of the water buffets you as you go through it, and you drop levitate and come in for a landing. It's not it's a pretty good landing, all things considered, right? Like you're in a new place, the ground is kind of slimy, the water pushed you around, you just dropped levitate, and so you land and like steady yourself against the wall. The wall is made of this brown stone. Bits of it you can see now, Sereneth, as you look and are close to it without that water blocking your view. Bits of it have this brown gemstone, brown and yellow gemstones, not as if they were naturally occurring, but as if they were embedded into these bricks.
Okay.
Almost like a decorative or ornamental thing, right? It looks absolutely, I don't know if you think it looks absolutely atrocious, but in my opinion, it looks absolutely, like, it looks horrible, like bad design choice.
I imagine it'd be interesting to look at least, like this, mind you, the glowing browns and yellows aren't usually very, like, nice to look at, but like...
And you hear the cracking of that little ice structure that you had made behind you as it gets washed away by the water. This hallway you're in, there are gentle stairs leading up and curving to the right.
Is that the only way it goes?
That's the only way it goes right now, yes. I assume you'd like to follow them.
Yes.
Okay. So the three of you, Mira, Marchand, Integrity, Idleberry, Winsler, Wallaby, are still here in your fun place, making these realizations, putting these things together. You see a large brick of ice, or like small little chunks of ice, I guess, rather, be pushed down and smash against the colander down here after hearing your friend do some magic upstairs. And you are just the three of you here. Again, is there anything else you wanted, any actions that you wanted to, or any guesses or information you would like to act upon? Or is it okay if I just narrate for Serenep for a moment? I just want to give you all a chance to attempt solutions at this.
Narrate for Serenep.
Okay.
Oh no. Now we must read the eulogy of how she died.
Serenep, you walk up these gently... They're like longer than they are tall kind of stairs, right? So it's a very long and gentle staircase. Nothing like a lot of the other stairs on campus where they're like those incredibly steep castle stairs where it's just like meant to get you up and down as quickly and as short a distance as possible. These seemed like they were built without regard for how much space they would take up and just seem to rise gently through the stone.
Okay.
And they are made of this brown, old, almost dusty colored rock, which contrasts heavily with like the gray stone around you. But there are occasionally these bricks that have the brown or yellow, ambery colored gems in them. You walk for what seems like a long time, but might only be 3 or 4 minutes. It's probably just the fact that you are alone, your heart racing a little bit in fear or anticipation of what might be coming that makes it seem like longer. And you very quickly come to, there is a flat grate in the ground with a golden bucket that has been knocked over. This room is open and perfectly, like it's a perfect cube of a room that this staircase enters into. There's in the center a square grate, this golden bucket knocked over, as I said. The bucket is dinged up. It doesn't look to be in a good condition. There's a bit of tarnishing on the surface. It's not the most beautiful thing, and it's quite dusty. Additionally, this passageway or this hallway continues on the other side of the room. What would you like to do?
I'm not going to touch the bucket yet. I'm going to kind of like look at it, see if like, is there anything inside of it or?
There is, in fact, a lot of something inside of it. As you walk up to it, or even before you walk up to it, you can see just gallons upon gallons upon gallons of water flowing endlessly out of this bucket down through this grate.
Magic bucket, what the fuck?
It's this dirty gray water. It looks almost like leftover dishwater that someone let sit for, who knows, hundreds of years at this point, just spilling down.
Okay, I'm gonna sit the bucket upright.
Before you do that, I do want to describe one thing in case it makes you apprehensive to touch the bucket.
Okay.
The bucket's surface is embossed in the gold. As you walk closer, you can very clearly see that it's just a lot of little spirals.
Uh-oh.
Bad.
A lot of little spirals.
Yeah, spirals you might have seen before. A spiral similar to what like the tattoo Mira has on her forearm. Those kind of spirals.
Uh-oh.
Just imagine, yes, this is one of the things that the Ivory Masked Woman has a hit out on. The bucket.
It's a royal bucket.
It's a royal bucket.
The royal bucket.
Would you like to pick this bucket up so that it's not... It looks like it got kicked over, to be quite frank. Like, it looks like someone came along and kicked it. There's a huge dent in the side of it. It looks very haphazardly, unceremoniously upended. So, would you like to pick it up?
Could I take out my javelin?
Okay.
And is there like a handle on the bucket? Like, I'm guessing because it's called a bucket.
It's like a beautiful golden handle, yes.
Okay, I'm going to use the end of the javelin. I'm not going to physically touch the bucket. And I'm going to like lift it up to like try and sit it up so that's not knocked over
Give
anymore.
me a strength check, please. As
hell yeah.
many
gallons and gallons of water.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Can't believe that used to hold the Empress's milk.
Okay, I got
Excuse me?
a 16.
Okay. That's exactly what I had in mind then.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can, using this javelin, almost like a big, like a paddle, you know, that you might like pick a big pizza up. I'm just really on pizza.
Oh,
this
hell
episode.
yeah.
I'm really sorry. You pick a big pizza
Oh,
up,
no,
like
man, I
want to
make a pizza.
You pick the bucket up and set it firmly on its little bucket butt. The water seems to stop flowing down. It seems to be, as you look at it, the water seems to be about halfway full in the bucket itself and is a bit frothy, like old mop water, right?
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old dishwater, old mop water.
I'm imagining the buckets of water from the Mickey Mouse musical short Fantasia.
Oh,
That whole thing, you know what I mean?
I think that's a really good way of imagining it, honestly.
So it's gold
but
and swirly.
As you do pick it up, the water stops cascading down. You, 3 students, sitting at the bottom of this large room, after a couple of moments, probably 20 or so seconds, the water halts, and you are now once again in tranquil silence You, Mira, as you've been watching this acutely, see that all of that water drains with a hiss, with a sizzle of carbonated drink into that, or at that layer, or at that precipice where the green stone is. And now that there's no water, you can clearly see it looks to be a large single piece of jade.
Ugh.
Oh,
Jade is bad.
Jade
is a stone we do not like in this.
We
house.
do not like
And
Jade here.
It's shaped like a little donut, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. Donut Jade.
A jade donut.
It's quite large. Sorry, I've done a horrible job. It's shaped like a donut, but very large. It's
That will
probably
not stop
you mean
Integrity
the
from trying to
ring.
eat
Like a
it.
swimming tube.
like an inner
It's an
tube.
inflatable
Yeah.
tube
It's
made
like-
of jade.
It's like an inner
That's like
tube.
the
I told
worst
you, it is a great
inflatable like ring
waffle
ever.
Also, I would like to clarify my joke about the bucket.
Yeah.
It's like when you collect milk from the cow,
Yep.
you know how you use a bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
got your joke. It was just
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
So
I
there's-
just wanted to clarify.
So, fair enough. You've picked up this bucket.
yeah.
Everything is good.
Okay.
You easily see beneath you but below you was that room you were just in. It seems that staircase you climbed for those minutes of your life brought you here. You've picked this bucket up. You can hear the footsteps of your friends echoing from all the way down. What would you like to do now, Serenep the Cinderman?
You said that there was another hallway across from the one I had just come up, correct?
Oh, absolutely there is.
Okay.
Why did you say it like that?
So
Why
I'm
did you say it like
going
that?
to first call down to my friends. Like,
Yep.
hey guys. I don't know what to say in this situation. Like,
Did the
hey,
water-
did the water stop?
The water turned off.
Okay.
Yeah, is that okay? Are you good up there?
Yeah. I'll explain it better later. So there's further to go in this space. Do you guys see, with the water having stopped, if there's anywhere else that we could go down there, or do you guys all want to come up here?
It's
Do
just
we
like a piece of rock. It's like jade. So I think probably best if we come up.
Okay.
As you-
okay.
Yeah, can we come up there with you?
Okay, in the wall, you should see an indent. There's like a glowing weird rock thing. Just come up and go through there. There's a long staircase. I'll wait for you guys in here.
In case it changes your decision making, Mira, as you like look down and go, yeah, it's just there's a jade rock, right? You see that through the donut hole, through that center of that jade ring, there's a pile, very faintly illuminated now that you stopped the water, now that Serenep stopped the water, very gently illuminated with this green light that's emanating from that jade ring. You see a large pile of what looks like pebbles down there, small skipping stones.
Oh
motherfuckers.
no!
This is where they all hide.
Well, that's not going to change what I have to say because I have nothing
Yeah.
to do with this pebble bullshit. But if anyone else notices it,
I'm just going to be like, I don't like being here. Let's go up the stairs.
Okay.
I want outie.
So the three of you, how did the three of you get up to that next platform? This is a very important question.
Yeah, I don't think I'm close enough
How
to
high
levitate
is the platform?
Winsler?
I am going to cast a spell.
Yes. What is the spell?
I am going to cast Alter Self
Oh my gosh.
and turn into Frogsler.
Yeah.
Again.
Fizzler.
Finsler, whatever.
What does this version of Winsler look like? Could you describe it for the class?
Well, he's got like the sticky fingers.
Yeah.
And like the big and like the floppy feet.
Mhm.
And he looks like a weird fish boy.
Okay. Perfect. So you
I am going to use that with the sticky hands to climb.
Okay. Give me an athletics check with advantage then. Don't look at me
Here's
like
where
that.
Here's where I slip and fall.
Whee. Did you get smaller? Could you just fall through the grate into the chair?
Winsler?
Oh my gosh.
I was
Really?
I'm so
Oh,
glad
no.
I'm so glad I got that. I got a 15.
Okay, yeah. That's
I'm glad you gave me advantage because that was a 1.
Oh, shit.
okay. You see Winsler, this world's version of some sort of spider-like superhero, climb up the wall using these sticky frog hands and like big webbed feet. And you can jump with your strong froggy legs onto that platform, Winsler. Mira Marchand, Integrity Idleberry. You've been left behind by two of your friends now.
How high is it?
It's like 15 feet. Like the ceiling, the ceiling starts at like 10, the platform is like 5 feet thick, and then the platform's on top, so like 15, eh?
If any of your ideas don't work, I have another idea.
I mean, I don't really have any spells that are helpful here.
Hey, Mira, do you think, like, if I were to launch you, you can, like, jump up there?
Launch?
Like, you know...
Launch?
Launch?
I heard launch.
Yeah, like, you know in that sport that they play in the stadium where they stand on each other's like hands and they throw people in the air and they go, "Let's go."
I've never heard of that. Sounds really fun though. I like the idea. But do you really think you can throw me? I'm kind of, I don't know, heavier than might be used to throwing.
Well, I have no idea how to get up there.
Well, is there anything your like magic rope can wrap around? Maybe, I don't know.
Wrap around. You're so funny. I could wrap around.
I don't get it. I am so confused.
Is that a joke in of itself, Carla? Or do you just find the words funny?
Hang on.
Okay. Okay.
Rope of climbing. I just need to make sure.
Okay.
So it's a 60-foot length
It is.
rope, so it can reach up there.
Yeah.
And I think the last 10 can wrap around. The end moves 10 feet on your turn when you're when you command it. Okay. So I think I can't believe that I forgot that ropes are a thing. Is there a place where I can
Winsler could hold it.
Winsler can hold it? Did you say that?
I did.
Did you really say that?
You want me to hold it?
You could.
Winsler gets yanked back down.
I mean, there's the grate like that
There's
I'm
the
standing
grate.
on with
That's
like
at
the holes
very,
and
That's
stuff.
at the very top of this room, which now that there's no
dang.
water, I can describe. It's just like a straight square column that probably goes like it extends like 100 feet total in length.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's slightly too far for that. You could try attaching it like
Hey, Winsler.
Yeah?
Winsler, if I throw the rope and I'm going to make it like hold you, is there like a place where you can anchor it for us? Do you know how to tie a rope?
Can you knot a knot?
I think I can knot a knot, but I don't know if there's anywhere to really anchor it. Is there a place to anchor it?
You tell me. You describe to me what kind of thing would exist in this room that would...
A loose brick.
There's a loose brick there's a very jiggly loose brick, Winsler. You catch it out of the corner of your eye and you go, that is definitely capable of holding my friends when they climb
Make
this
sure
rope.
to anchor it on something that is very like stable, okay? We're trusting you here.
It's good. This is a good one.
All right, I'll try it.
You walk up to it. Can you tie knots? Do you know how? I feel like you'd know.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can tie a knot because I learned how to do it on the farm.
Yeah.
I'm sure you tie your horses and stuff.
We
and
don't
your
have
cows.
horses.
Just cows. Only
It's
cows.
just cows.
Just
Only
a cow
cows.
farm.
Yeah, no horses at all.
Moo.
And so Winsler, you go over to this loose brick in the floor or something and loop this rope around it and like wedge it in real good. You tie a real nice like hitch knot or some sort of thing. Get some real good tension on there. You pull it a couple of times. You see that brick jiggle a little bit, but it probably won't come up.
I'm also going to like hold it.
Okay.
Like hunker down over it and hold it.
And so in that case, Integrity Idleberry and Mira Marchand, I feel like there's no real urgency here. You can take your time climbing the rope. Integrity.
Can you climb just fine, Mira?
I can probably make it. It's not super high. I'm sure it's fine. I can do it. It's fine. It's good.
It's fine.
Okay, I'll let you go first. So, like, if you fall or anything, I can help you out.
Yeah, maybe if you can give me a boost or something. Actually.
Launcher.
Yeah, I can do that. Like, you know what? I can probably like carry you a little bit so that you can start higher than down here at the bottom. So I'm going to like
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, okay, sit on my shoulder.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! I was
And
assuming
then-
you just do the thing where you like put your hands in
out.
someone's
Oh,
stuff.
no, she's gonna like
But,
lift you up with her hands, and, like
Perfect.
press you up there.
This is the introduction of the cheerleading duo.
Yeah, Integrity. Make an athletics check, Integrity. Do you have? I assume you will pass this with flying colors, but you know, I just want to know. This is mostly flavor at this point.
I got 18 plus 5,
Okay.
so 23.
You very easily lift Mira up. Mira, you sit on your friend's shoulders, and she puts her like hands underneath your shoes and like gets prepped and like ready to like push you upwards.
I will say go, and I'm going to push up, and you hold on tight to the rope, okay,
Okay.
Mira?
Okay, I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. This is an audio drama. You push her up, no problems with it ever. Mira, you go up much faster than you anticipated and grab hold of this rope higher than previously. You only have like a bit under 5 feet to climb, and even then Winsler could probably help pull you up slightly. I will say that as you do this, I won't make you make a check since Integrity helped you out so much, and it's 5 freaking feet. You feel your arm, like the springs in your arm, as if they're not suited for this load, right?
Yeah, I figured.
Similar to like the when you first got it and Mirandine tried to make you lift up weights, like at a certain point it just can't, right?
Right.
So just bear that in mind for the future.
Okay.
You might even, I think, feel your other arm, your left arm, overcompensating a bit. Your grip seems
Okay.
quite strong. It almost feels like your hand is difficult to ungrip from the rope when you have to change hands. Almost like your hand has dug into it a little bit, if that makes any sense. Like there's teeth on it or something that have gripped the rope. But anyways.
What?
Anyways.
Bites the rope.
You climb up this, no problem. Integrity follows suit. The three of you can, with a slight jump, make it over into that little brown stone passageway and begin climbing up to meet with Sereneph. And you enter this perfectly cubic room, I should say.
Yeehaw.
You see that golden bucket. Mira, immediately, your eyes are drawn to those little spirals on it. It
I know
looks
that shit.
exactly like the same patterning that was on the Jade dagger that Integrity has on her person right now. Neska's dagger.
And it shines bright, and it's going to come off, and it's going to walk towards the bucket.
Wait,
And it's
what?
Like, hey, sister.
What are you?
Nice to meet
Carla,
you.
are you okay today?
Unbeknownst to us, Winsler had cast the tiny servant spell on the knife to have them have a lovely reunion, and the rest of us are just kind of watching it happen.
You watch them eat a nice
I never
pizza.
thought I'd see you ever again. Last time I saw you was in our Empress's room.
Okay.
So beautiful.
So you see this bucket, Mira. You see Serenep standing there, looking a bit washed out, as it were. You also all see this larger passageway continuing forwards. And of course, there's that metal grate and the large room that you just came down from. I will specifically note that you don't see any of like those gouge marks in the stone here.
Ooh.
So
So they didn't come up here.
I'm gonna point to the bucket and say, yeah, all the water was coming from this thing.
yeah.
Oh, do not touch that fucking thing.
I haven't touched it. I used the javelin to pick
I
it
want
up.
to touch it.
Yeah, that's bad news.
Bad news
Winsler
bucket.
extends out his little froggy hand as if to
Can I
grab
smack
at it.
Winsler's hand before he touches it?
Oh, damn, I was about to kick Winsler. Okay.
Yeah, Serenep is gonna like slap his hand.
I was imagining because you have like your javelin out. That's not like it's not like metal on the tip. It's just like a wooden pointed shaft. So you could just like smack it, almost like a
Winsler's
with a-
hand
I imagine
breaks.
like a
you know,
meter
like,
stick.
I was about to say like like how teachers used to like slap the wrist of like students to like discipline them kind of thing. Like just spin it in my head, then smack him with it. Like don't touch it.
Ow! Sorry.
We shouldn't be risking
Winsler,
anything,
that's
touching
cursed
things we
bucket.
shouldn't be touching.
Okay. So where do we go now?
That's cursed bucket.
Where have you gone to, Serenep?
Well, I went up these steps. Then I picked up the bucket. When I said that I found further to go, I point towards the hallway on the other side, and I say,
dark.
"This is the only other place I could see." And that's why I was checking with you guys if there was anywhere else we could go down below just before we start heading off in a new direction.
We didn't really find much. Did you guys find something other than the jade ring?
all those pebbles.
A tiny frog starts riveting in the corner of Pebble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to Mira if she wants to tell us or not.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like,
Mira, you would recognize the pebble that they held
Yeah.
earlier, so.
yeah. No, it was like, there was the jade thing, there was like a bunch of those weird pebbles. I don't think that has anything to do with artists, though.
But there were pebbles down here?
Yeah, like a pile of them.
A big pile.
Okay. Sereneth will put
That's
that to the side
worrisome.
in her mind for right now.
Okay.
And she'll
Next time.
just kind of point towards the hallway that they would be heading in the direction of anyway and say, well, let's go. Starts walking.
All right.
Okay.
Very gung-ho about it then. You walk forwards down this dark hallway. For some of you, it might evoke the memories, or all of you actually, it would evoke the memory of when you walked down. Do you remember when you went to confront Nesca in the sewers and broke down that
Yes.
wall and walked along
Yep.
that passageway on the sides of which there was bowed skeletons?
I'm sorry, who's Nesca?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking
Um,
about.
Nesca?
No, I'm joking.
I was gonna cry.
No, I was because you're like, oh yeah, you guys obviously know what this is. No, I have no
Yeah.
idea who that is.
So you walk down this hallway. There are no skeletons here. It
Dang
is
it.
the same make, the same architecture in the hallway, the same stones, that same layout, the same widening, as if it was fit for a giant snake to slither through.
Yeah. So she kicked a bucket over and then was like, time to go into snake form. Bleh. Hell yeah.
And the hallway widens much more than the hallway down in Nesca's chamber did, and it opens to this almost what must be a vast, expansive room. You cannot see the edges or ceiling. It is too far away, the darkness. You just hear your footsteps growing in sound, like the echo grows and grows and grows as you enter into this chamber, just signifying in this passive way that this room is immense. And just the darkness feels like it's, I don't know, almost like it's watching, like weighing upon you. Looming would be a good word in this case. And you see, the first thing that you do see that is illuminated in any way, or that you get close enough to make out the details of amidst the darkness, is a statue made of brown stone. It stands about 9 feet tall. It is of a person wearing robes, holding a dagger, slim and long, up towards the sky. You recognize this statue, at least 3 of you do, as one of the
From the
ones
hatch.
you saw at the sunken hatch. It was associated with the Reverence trial, as it were. The same one you very recently saw Faramel in that memory. So it might evoke that for a moment.
Is it like a statue of the same person, or is it like an exact copy of the statue?
It is an exact copy of that statue. Like,
Ooh.
Okay.
precisely the same.
Okay.
What's the light situation here? Because there is no light whatsoever in this room.
Produce flame.
I was about to say, like, yeah, if like in a
Hellfire!
situation where I'm not able to see and we don't have the glowing stones from before,
Yeah.
I think I would have casted light on, I would say maybe my stone of good luck around my neck to like
Okay.
Ooh.
give off a light.
Use
so I
it like
could
a
see.
little.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's literally
Like a
like a
little
stone on a
necklace
necklace that I would just kind of like.
So
eyeball.
Winsler holding fire in his hand, like actual like cool
Gremlin.
like Tomb Raider of some sort. And then Serenep with a lit up necklace, magically exuding light. You all cast light on this room, and beyond this statue of some sort of adherent, some sort of priest to the goddess Meafide, you see the ground almost dips, if that makes sense. The ground is mostly flat, and it seems to have been purposefully flattened out. This is a very ornate and almost precisely made room. Everything seems like it is placed somewhere just so. Like every brick along the path seems...
Everything is perfect.
Everything is a perfect.
If you scuff the
And
floor, you will die.
the ground goes from being flat to sloping down a slight amount, and then forms into a large, almost what looks like a smaller model or diorama made of bricks of a mountain of sorts.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
They were playing
I
Fire
wanna
Emblem.
go up to it.
You want to walk up to it? One more note. You see that this mountain, this diorama, it seems to be covered in something, and it gives it a sheen. Some sort of liquid covers the mountain.
Ew.
And it's continually, even now as you watch it, millennia on from when it was likely built, it's flowing still. This fluid on the surface is flowing.
What kind of fluid is it?
It's dark.
Ew.
You can't quite
Is
tell.
it blood?
No, it doesn't seem
Does it
to
look
be
like
blood.
blood?
It seems to be more oily
Oh.
than blood.
Oh, shit.
Integrity.
Also
Does
bad.
the,
Integrity.
It's snake oil.
does the shape of the mountain, like, is it reminiscent of the mountain that the school is on? Just because, like, I assume that there are paintings of the mountain or from far away when we're traveling to it. Like, we could see
I think that's
a general shape.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing. I don't think I will make you make a check for that in this case, since you've provided good examples. There's a dang brochure, for Christ's sakes, right?
They take
That they'd have,
pictures
like,
of this space.
This is what the mountain looks like. Yeah, it does look like that.
This is how they take the pictures for the
it's-
brochures.
It's Wildcliff. It's the mountain that we're on.
Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh.
And it's being covered by oil?
Didn't that vision back in the loft mention the mountains being like holy to these people?
Yes, like there's something magical about it. That's why they chose it.
Yeah.
I feel off about this.
Can you make Constitution saving throws?
Con saving.
Who?
Yeah,
everyone?
As soon as Integrity says something seems off about this, I want everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh no, you said the magic word.
You said.
Bad feeling about this.
Oh,
Sarah, really?
shit.
Yeah.
I have 17.
I hate this game. I want to leave. I got I don't want to say it.
Say it.
It's not a nat 1 at least. I got a 2 plus 6, so an 8.
Interesting.
I got a 3.
4 plus 2, so a 6.
And
Hey!
Integrity,
my
you got,
gosh.
Integrity, you rolled high, correct?
15
Integrity
plus-
killed everyone.
15
Oh,
plus
shit.
2, 17.
Okay. As you stand here, Integrity, you feel something you felt before, a pull on you. But it's almost like you were almost prepared for it in a way, or you have a faster reaction to it. It's pulling on your stomach, this gut feeling, if that makes sense. You felt this, I think, once before when you were on a wharf a long ways away from the prime material plane.
Yes.
You almost feel as if you were pulled to your knees, feeling sick to your stomach, but you remain standing. You do feel a wave of nausea race over you. The rest of you, Mira, you know this feeling as well. You can place it immediately, that time that you were pulled on the wharf all the way back during your trip to the Spire Nebulosis, when you were thrown into purgatory. You feel that same pull, and immediately this wave of nausea races over you. The same for you, Winsler and Serenep. This feeling might be a bit more foreign to you, and you feel nausea, almost this necessity to retch rises up in the back of your throat. A cold sweat grips you. You might fall to your knees or fall out of balance. You look forwards and you look up, and other than those bodily feelings, you just don't feel, the four of you don't feel like you're in the same place anymore, if that makes sense.
Oh, 'cause it's like when we
fuck.
shifted
Poisoning.
dimensions in the wharf.
It is.
Some kind of shift just
Okay.
happened.
And in front of you, Integrity, you would be the first to notice this, as you are not overcome by this immense feeling of just sickness, that sensation. For the record, the three of you, please you have the poisoned condition for the next day, or until you take another long rest.
Wait.
I can read that out very quickly for you.
I knew it. Food poisoning.
Hell yeah.
A poisoned
What did you all eat that you didn't share with me?
A poisoned creature has
We haven't-
disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
I was gonna say, we haven't eaten in like a couple of days at this point.
It's true. And so the three of you feel just sick to yourselves. Feeling akin to seasickness, though I don't know if all of you have experienced that, but something worse, and a loss of the sensation of place as well. It does also feel like you've just been pulled 6 feet in the other direction. Anyways, though, Integrity, you would be the first to notice, but the rest of you will as well. This mountain in front of you, as you look at it now, no longer is it covered in oil. No longer is it pristine looking or preserved looking. It looks cracked. It looks broken down. It looks decayed by time and wear. There's dust in the air here, something that I don't know if you would have even taken note of before, but this is an old and ancient ruin of a place. And when you were standing here only moments ago, it didn't even seem like there was dust on anything.
Yeah.
You said time travel wasn't real.
And now you're standing here, it all seems decayed and broken, and there's dust on the air, inches of dust, and thick in the air as well, as it is suspended.
Are you all okay?
What the fuck just happened?
I
My asthma.
If I don't open my eyes, I won't throw up.
It doesn't seem like we're in the same place anymore.
Integrity, is this, from, like, is it the same thing? Because I feel like this is the same thing.
I mean, I felt the same thing. Do you think we, like, traveled somewhere else? I'm going to go to the arch.
Yeah.
Or, like, this place where we went through.
Yeah.
If there is any difference in where we walk through.
From where you came in?
Yes.
There's no
I'm just wondering
bucket.
if it's just within the room.
Yeah, there's no
or,
bucket standing there anymore.
Dang it.
There is
Uh-oh.
large gouges and scratches in the stone and metal here, though.
Uh-oh.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Actually, the bucket might be here. It's just destroyed in the corner, I think, would be the better way to put it. And piled in the corners and piled against all the walls, small little skipping stones. Some of them, Integrity, as you look, have things engraved in them, names and deeds to do. Others just have...
Are the names even familiar?
No, not all of them. No. Some of them just have names engraved in them, and some of them are just blank. But
And there's water rushing in again.
nope, there's not.
No.
The bucket is destroyed
And
in the
if
corner.
I look down, like, in the colander, is there any difference? Like, bigger holes, no holes at all?
The grate at the very bottom is broken open, like as
Okay,
if
I'm
something
going to-
ripped through it.
Okay, I'm gonna run to my friends.
Okay.
And, okay, I don't know if either we're still in the same place or if the thing that we were looking for, the one that had all the sharpness that made all the gouges downstairs, it seems to be in the hallway. The bucket is broken. I don't know where we are. I don't know what's happening.
Would with everything looking like older, when you say like we don't feel like we're in the same place, is that like strictly a physical shift in place, or does it feel more like a shift in time?
It feels
Ooh.
You said time travel didn't exist, you
Alternate
liar.
universe Wildcliff where we did nothing and it's just...
Is my back broken? Am I 50 years old?
Oh shit.
I don't know how you would detect if you have an idea for some sort of skill check, Mira. Would you think a
Quick Integrity,
like
tell
just
us
a
what time it
perception
is.
check or an insight check or something?
Yeah, I'm sure one of those is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one would you like to make? What makes more sense to you?
I feel like it's the insight because
Yeah.
perception is just like physically
Yeah.
like seeing around us
I
and like
agree.
that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Bonus is the same either way. That's a 10 plus 3. That is a 13.
Everything you just feel the place is same but different, similar, exactly the same as your imagination of that time on the wharf. You went from some place where the wharf existed, the water was this color, the sky was this color, there was no ivory masked woman, those the imps who rowed the boats, there was this many number of them, right? And then all of a sudden, in a moment, you felt pulled and everything was different, right? And that doesn't mean that you were in a
Yeah.
different time to your understanding, but that was purgatory. So you don't know how
Right.
that applies here. You feel the same way, but you don't know if time has also changed. The place is different and everything's deteriorated.
I wonder what Integrity's feeling is with this, because she seems to be like in tune with time and space where they're originally from.
Oh yeah, keen mind.
Yeah, you're
Is there like a difference in that? And if she feels a little bit different in that, okay, answer
Yeah.
if she feels a little bit different.
no, it's your internal clock is just running.
Still the same.
Actually, I feel like maybe you would have noticed that like it was like that pull for like a second or two felt a bit wonky, but afterwards immediately it feels like everything's just business as usual, right? Like as if the
Okay.
clock stopped for 2 seconds and then just kept going as if nothing happened, if that makes sense.
Winsler, slap me.
Why?
I don't know if I'm dreaming or not.
Well, can I do something else that's not like a slap?
Hit me? Mira, hit me?
I'll poke her.
Yeah. You just poke her like in the arm or like the shoulder or something.
Just poke her in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Not very hard.
As she like prepares for you to just hit her with her eyes pinched
Yeah.
closed. Integrity, you ask out loud, and there's this fun, jovial moment between you and your friends of, am I dreaming? I want to know if I'm dreaming. And you hear a voice call out behind you.
Uh-oh.
That long staircase, the one with the brown bricks and the glowing little rocks in it. You hear a voice call out, a voice some of you might recognize, and it will just say, you look way too hopeful for what's about to happen. And Integrity, you and your friends will hear a voice that just says, no, you're perfectly awake and right where you need to be. And as you all turn, a stone is thrown, a pebble tossed at your feet. It skids a couple of times and scratches this otherwise ornate brown stone that the floor is made from. And you see a figure standing there, holding up its hands, or holding up one of its hands. And you can see these large 6-inch or so blade-like fingers. And in its palm, a red eye, or an orangey colored eye, the one that Integrity you saw peeking at you through the stone. And it's
Okay, so it's not Nesca.
It's not Nesca, no. Calm down.
Yes, this is what I was waiting for.
In its other hand, same as the one that it's raised up at you to get a look at you with, it seems to be holding a few more of these skipping stones. But that's for next time, because we'll end here. After this very long puzzle.
What?
Ben, could you give us an
Hi.
outro, please, and thank you?
Hi, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets. I am scared. I am very terrified. But if you did, please leave a like and review on our Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out a lot because it helps spread the word about the show to other people, and it helps us grow.
Yes.
We also have social media pages at Trials and Trebs for both Twitter and Instagram. You can check those pages and see a bunch of cool fan art. We post teasers for upcoming episodes there. There's a lot of cool stuff. You should really check them out. You can also find a link to our Discord server on those pages as well. You can join our little community and speak with a bunch of fans of the show and just have a grand old time here.
Yeah.
And for those who are feeling a little extra generous, we also have a Patreon page where you can become a patron to donate to us, provide us with a little bit of income to not only provide a higher quality product for listeners, but it also just keeps everybody going with bills and such like that. Because, you know,
we got to live.
Without us, there would be no podcast.
We got to live first and foremost. But thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope that the puzzle section does not drag on too long and that it can get cut down. All that hours of thought on the player's behalf can get cut down a little bit.
All that hour and a half.
That's not the only thing that's going to get cut down soon.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Oh, no.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk to you in your ear holes, as it were, next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, folks. It's currently 3 a.m. I just finished editing the episode. I've thrown a blanket over things that are making sounds so that they do not make sounds. And I'm here to just say welcome to June and to thank some Patreon supporters who have pledged in the last month, as we traditionally do at the beginning of the month. First on my wonderful list is Leander Tietjen. Leander Tietjen. If I mispronounced your name, which I very likely did, let me know. I will fix that right up for you. But thank you so much for your support of the show. Next up, this June is just the people. I apologize to everyone on this list. Next up is Oreo Lynn. Thank you so much, Oreo Lynn, for your support of the show. If I messed up your name, please let me know. Next, we have Aline Sayens. I'm going to assume that one's right. Dead on the money. Thank you for your support of the show. It means a great deal. Oh, this one I'm going to nail. This one, Absolutely perfect. Amber Reynolds, thank you so much. Your support means a lot to us. Next would be Quiet Blaze. Quiet Blaze, thank you for supporting us. It helps, and we appreciate you. Nearing the end here, but still with many to go. I would say that's called the halfway point. Charlie C, thank you so much for your support. And then Joshi, thank you for your support of the podcast Trials and Trebuchets. From Out of the Unexpected, well, thank you for your unexpected support. There's no one else here to like laugh at my jokes, so they sound a lot dorkier than they would have. But I imagine that there was a great uproar when I said that, or you personally, listener, or even from Out of the Unexpected, laugh uproariously at that because it was great, peak 3 a.m. humor. But thank you for your support from Out of the Unexpected. Next on my list, and second from the top, is the one and only Cloven Hooved. Cloven Hooved, thank you so much for your support of our show. It means a great deal to have someone like you supporting us. And then finally, getting in by the skin of their teeth, nigh a patron this very eve, Isaac Gauntwerk Mayer, thank you for your support of the show and your engagement on Patreon, because you left a little comment and I really appreciated that and gave us an actual good idea. Not to say that no one gives us good ideas, but just anytime we hear feedback from people who listen, it's amazing. And the idea that people would not only give us feedback, but also donate money to us on a monthly basis is amazing and heartwarming. And it means a great deal because you allow us to keep making this show in the way that we want to make it. And I don't think we can speak aloud our appreciation for just that. But anyways, as I said, it's 3 a.m. I need to put the episode up because it's going to go live in 90 minutes. But to every Patreon supporter, thank you. And to every future Patreon supporter, thank you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's the next episode next week. You didn't hear this from me, but it's pretty good. All right, see you later, folks.